Everybody, how's it going? BZM here. Welcome back to Dear Edwin. Okay, now we're gonna go. Okay, remember we're gonna try to investigate the death here of this handmaiden and whatever else. So we have to go see some people and visit some places before the queen gets in town. Sorry, I don't have better details. Oh, guardsman, I know she's in here. No sense trying to hide her from us. What the hell's going on in here? Don't know what you mean. Might be a few young ladies about, but I can't say that mug of yours is going to do you any favors. Enough games. Are you going to turn her over, or do things need to get rough? I know my rights, boy, and I'm no spring chicken. You come at me, you're going to get more than you bargained for, understand? I think it is you who do not understand, sir. The girl is a fugitive from Her Majesty's Inquisition. Anyone found harboring such a person will be found guilty of the same. Surely this is not something you wish to associate yourself with, a fine establishment such as this, after all. Should we run? Nowhere we could go, really. Besides, I'd like to say hello to an old friend. Edwin? Good afternoon, gentlemen. Is there a problem to which I might provide assistance? She's over there. Where she shall remain, my good man. I would like to inquire as to the charge you have against this young lady. Edwin Vayne, I might have known you would show up eventually. Step aside and let the law do what it must. I'm afraid that will not be possible, Captain. Besides, you still have not answered my question, so I will repeat it for you. On what charge is this woman to be detained? This is Inquisition business, Mr. Vayne. As you are no longer associated with that organization, or the law at all for that matter, such information is privileged. I'm sure you understand. Now step aside, or shall I have you removed? I think not. Even every citizen has the right to know the charge for which they are being arrested. Denying them this right removes the fundamental premise upon which this kingdom functions. Ooh. Also, while the Royal Guard and the Inquisition itself may oversee the actions of local law enforcement within their district, they may not act on its own behalf. In order to arrest this woman, you will require a warrant, and one that is to be served by the local police in conjunction with your investigation. Ooh, man, it's so logical. You go, Edwin. Acting alone places you outside of the law and avoids your power of office, making you no more than a mere vigilante. Surely, Captain, this is not the case. I will be back, Mr. Vayne, and you will regret your interference here. I very much look forward to that, Captain. Good day to you, then. Way to go, Edwin. Had me shaking in my boots there for a minute. Never seen you afraid of anyone, Terrence. Wasn't scared for me, though I was going to have to get blood all over my bar. Oh, thought you were going to get blood all over the bar. Yeah, me too. What was that all about, Edwin? That's what I'm here to figure out, gentlemen. Is there any way we can help? I didn't expect any help from the police in this, or anything, for that matter. It's true we're not your biggest fans, Edwin, but I don't like being played in my own district. The guard said they've been here establishing additional security for the Queen's visit. If there's more to the story, I want to know about it. How can we help? We have some leads to look into. I would be most grateful if you could assist the guard in keeping to their stated security tasks. Keeping honest people honest is all. I think we can probably handle that. You be careful with that young girl, Edwin. We'll keep those tightwads out of your hair for a bit. I appreciate that. One additional question. Didn't you say you were heading elsewhere to drink earlier? I tend to be a bit overdramatic. Everybody knows the Owl is the best place in town to get tanked. Come on, boys. We've got some work to do. Oh, boy. Can't believe I'm really getting to work with Edwin Vayne. This is amazing! Thanks for covering, Terrence. It was greatly appreciated. And very sweet. No problem, you two. Nobody tells Terrence how to run this place. Now get going. You've got a case to solve, and I've got a cigar to smoke. Okay. Now where shall we go to first? Why did we stop? Is something wrong? No, I believe this is a tenement door. Warren mentioned in his notes is all. Oh. This one? What are you expecting to find here, Edwin? I'm not sure precisely. Warren's notes were not explicit. Shall we unravel the mystery then? Yes? Well, hello. What is your name? Are your parents around? Sebastian, ma'am, my mom's here, but we ain't buying. My dear boy, we're not here to try and sell you anything. We just want to ask your mother some questions, if that would be alright. I suppose. Mom, door! Did you notice his eyes, Nora? One blue and one brown. Don't see that every day. Hero to Chromia, what? Less than 1% chance in the entire world, actually. Damn. Is there something I can help you with? Actually, we were hoping you might. We're investigating an apparent suicide in this district. It took place some time ago. Don't know nothing about it, I'm sorry. The girl in question had been a handmaiden to the queen, ma'am. Very young, tragically young, actually. Like I said, I don't know anything. Now, if you excuse me, I have to get dinner on. Ma'am, if we could just have one more minute. My father was investigating this, and he is dead now, too. You left a message describing this apartment door. If there's anything you could tell us, anything at all, I would be grateful. Come inside, then. Oh, thank you. So there was something familiar about this case to you, madame? Please, call me Cassandra. And yes, we did know of her. My sister used to work in the palace as well. They were both on detail in the Queen's quarters. She took Clarice's death hard. I can't imagine that must have been easy for anyone, especially a friend. So you stay here with your sister then? We did for a time, my boy and I. She's working for the governor in the Doyle district now. Has herself a mighty fine room on his estate. She sends money when she can. Hopes to bring us with her soon. That is very kind of her. Your son looks like a strong lad. I'm sure he helps his mother every chance he gets. How old is the boy, if you don't mind me asking? He'll be 7 this coming month, actually, and growing far too fast. I can't believe it. The boy's father must be a strong man as well, then. Do you expect him home anytime soon? He's away on business at the moment. Can't say when he'll return, honestly. I see. Well, we do not wish to trouble you for any longer than necessary. We appreciate your candor, Cassandra. You have been quite helpful. I'm sorry for being so rude before. You can't be too careful these days, you know. I hope you find what you're looking for. Thank you, ma'am. Goodbye, Sebastian. Bye. Good day to you both. Okay, what was that all about, Edwin? You hardly asked her a thing. I learned everything I need to learn from here, Nora. It is starting to make sense. Okay, anything over here? Probably not. Okay, let's go back over here. Damn, it's locked. We will then. We'll need to talk to the police and procure a warrant to search the premises. Edwin, that's not how we do things around here. Step aside. Oh damn, you can break the door in? Oh, doors appear to have been unlocked and wide open when we arrived. Quite. Can't say as I approve, but time is not on our side at the moment, I suppose. So will we proceed? Sure. We'll look at you, Edwin Vayne, starting to loosen up a bit. That's a good look for you, ready? You know how I despise that name. You're thinking something was left behind that might tell us what happened here? Precisely. It's been some time, of course, and the rain has surely been of no help. Nevertheless, search carefully. There may yet be something young Clarice can tell us of her final moments. What is that? I cannot quite say. It appears to be the bottom of some sort, and likely from a very fine coat, from the look of it. Oh, silver with the subtle gold filigree. What about the faded stains on the wood? I will concur that it appears to have been blood. I noticed it near the door inside the room as well. Though admittedly there appears to have been rather hastily cleaned. There were no other noticeable clues to speak of. I'm not sure there was enough here to make a solid admonition of homicide. Now, here's something interesting. Very deep scratches with the fresh fibers of the wood exposed. Very peculiar, wouldn't you say? These look like fingernail marks, Edwin. A lot of them, actually. Quite right. And given that our young victim was the only tenant in this particular apartment, logic dictates these marks must have been made by her before going over the ledge. Kind of strange for a woman committing suicide to be scratching at the rails before she goes over. Kind of strange indeed. I think that is all we are likely to find here, Nora. We should get moving. Any theories yet? Perhaps, but we'll need some time to put everything together. Okay. Fine, find somebody else to talk to. My apologies, sir. I intended to ask you a few questions. I did not realize you were closing up your store. Oh, I would not normally be closing so early, young man. Then again, it's not every day that the Queen herself visits your streets, yes? Very true, certainly an event worth seeing. Would it be trouble you terribly then for a moment of your time? Not at all. I always have time for the well-mannered youth, such a rarity these days, and in the company of such a beautiful young woman. What is it I can help you with exactly? I want to inquire about the substance you like to carry in your shop. Chloroform, to be precise. Yes, of course, we do carry chloroform. Are you a doctor? An investigator, actually. Another one, then. You're the second person to ask me about that in as many months. Someone else came to ask you about this? A man? Another investigator? Yes, he came to me asking about chloroform. Couldn't understand why. It was much use to a man anyway. At least not in a civilized capacity, unless one was a doctor. What did this other man wish to know? It was an odd thing, really. He wanted to understand its uses and applications. Once I explained that it is primarily used as a sedative and pain reliever during childbirth, he had even stranger questions. What else did he ask you? He wanted to know about a shipment of chloroform to the palace some years ago. You sent the palace? Oh, of course. There was that insect infestation all those years ago, after all. They thought it was why the Queen got sick. Even a apothecary in the kingdom was called on to provide what they had. At least, that is what the royal messenger told me when he came for it. The Queen's sudden illness, of course. You have something, Edwin? I may be getting quite close, Nora. I thank you for your time, sir, and I do hope you enjoy the day's festivities. Anytime, young man. And you should take some time to enjoy them yourself, especially with such sweet company. Oh. I hear the Queen has only grown more beautiful in her golden years. Perhaps an old man like me still has a chance, eh? It was never too late for love, they say. Good day to you, sir. Did any of that strike you as strange, Nora? Most of it, actually, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for. Anything in particular? I was working in the palace with your father during that time. I only just made it into the Inquisition. The Queen grew quite ill. This is true, but there were no insects. Why would he say that? Because, my dear, that was what they told him. I think we've collected everything we can. We should return to the Elder plan our next step. I'm still missing something, I think. Something important. I need some time to put things together. I'm okay with that. After the day I've had, I could use a drink. Let's get to it then. We must thank Nora. Walk me through the clues again. Oh, I found a fancy button on the balcony, and it looks like there had been a struggle, with scratch marks, stains, and all that. Yes, which implies young Khaleesi's death was no suicide. And she was likely killed by somebody of stature. True, but it was only conjecture on the part of the button at this point. I could have ended up there through some other means. What else do we have? My father's notes described an apartment door where he found a woman living with her son. Her sister had been another of the Queen's handmaidens. I doubt that's a coincidence. Unlikely, but the sister seems to have left town. And there is that other matter. What else? Pasarki delivered some chloroform to the palace several years ago during the time of the Queen's illness. The messenger who paid for it claimed it was due to an insect attack. But you said there were no insects in the palace then. Indeed not, which leads to the greater question of the substance's use and the need for the ruse. I feel as though we're right on the cusp, but something still eludes me. Warren, you clever bastard. What is it, Edwin? Nora, the Queen's due to ride soon on these very streets, and I believe we will meet her envoy. We have something to discuss, she and I. The Queen? Edwin, I don't understand. I need you to do something for me, Nora. I need you to find those policemen and have them take you to Cassandra's home. Convince her to bring Sebastian to the square. I shall meet you there in due time. She didn't seem too eager to be outside, Edwin. I'm not sure she'll come. Tell her that I know. Tell her that she doesn't need to be afraid anymore. Edwin? With haste, Nora. We're very nearly done, I think. Oh, my dear Elena. Oh, good evening, Captain. I was hoping I might have a word. Edwin Vayne, remove yourself from the street or be taken into custody and charged with obstruction of royal transport. You're already on my list, Mr. Vayne, and we have business we will attend to shortly. For now, however, you are in the way. I'm afraid I must insist on a bit of a chat. Surely you'll want to hear what I have to say. Captain, what is going on? Why have we stopped? There's nothing, Your Majesty. Local riffraff only. We shall clear it up. It doesn't sound like nothing. In fact, it sounds like... Edwin Vayne? Oh, my dear boy. Whatever are you doing here? Good evening, Your Majesty. I know it has been some time, and for that I am sorry. I have a lot on my mind as of late. You left without much word, and then with what happened to Warren, I was so sorry to hear. The palace gave him full honors, for which his family and myself were grateful. It is his death, however, that brings me here before you today. Your Highness, I believe Warren was murdered. Surely not. It was an airship crash. It was a terrible tragedy, Edwin. But these things do happen. My queen, I have reason to believe that not only was Warren murdered, but that his death was part of a cover-up that reaches high into the loss of your very court. Warren met a similar fate as your young handmaiden, Clarice, and for reasons I will get into in a moment. I believe all this, however, might be better explained by the good captain. That will be quite enough of this. Guards, arrest this man. Stay where you are. Captain, let him speak. What are you accusing him of exactly, Edwin? Murder, Your Majesty. Murder. And perhaps something even more sinister, if one could imagine. I came here at the behest of Warren's daughter, Nora. She knew her father's death seemed strange, but didn't know how to prove it. I believe that I can. This is all preposterous. I've never done anything but serve this crown with the utmost of devotion. Choose your words carefully, Mr. Vayne. Baseless accusations such as these are treasonous and will not be regarded lightly. He is right, Edwin, though it is not like you to be wrong. I will hear what you have to say. Thank you, my queen. Allow me to paint a picture for you, Captain, to help restore your memory. You stop me at any point if I leave anything out. Oh, this is going to be good. You go, Edwin. Nora, if you could please step forward. Nora comes to investigate her father's death. She learns of a handmaiden whose affair and suicide seemed a bit more than the surface revealed. The royal guard appeared soon after, and the numbers and activity strange for this district. They seem intent on silencing her questions, and Nora is driven into hiding. She writes to me for help, and here I stand. This explains nothing, Mr. Vayne. Now, my dear Captain, I'm going to getting warmed up. Upon investigating the flat where Clarice had been stained, we found several small patterns of blood in the doorway and on the balcony, indicating that Clarice had been injured just before she went over. There were also tiny scratches in the railing near the edge, akin to fingernail marks actually. And what do you suppose this might imply, Captain? There had been a struggle. Oh, my poor sweet girl. There had indeed been a struggle, Your Highness. And the one in which Clarice managed to tear away an invaluable clue from her attacker's clothes. This. A button? You're placing your entire ridiculous investigation on a button? You've clearly lost your edge, Edwin. Not remotely. If however you might be so kind, Captain. Your left arm, please. I will not participate in this nonsense. Your arm, Captain, now. Your Majesty, this proves absolutely nothing. It is a waste of time. It seems your dress uniform is missing a piece, Captain. Oh, damn. Perhaps this is the reason you are so hesitant. I imagine you might want this back. Oh, damn. That button could have come from anywhere. You can't place me in that flat. It seems I won't have to. Terrence? Oh, man, more ammunition. Edwin asked me about the night Clarice died. I rarely forget anything, and I remember right clear the expression on her face when she realized that she had said something about the Queen. You remember too, don't you, Captain? You were there after all. You did say, Captain, that it was your second visit to the Owl, did you not? Captain Gerhardt, what is he talking about? All this, Your Majesty, is about your child. The prince? But he... Forgive me, my queen, I meant your other child. I don't understand. He lives, Your Majesty, ma'am. What? But it can't. They told me, Captain? He told you the baby did not survive the birth, Elena. He sent it away and threatened everyone involved never to speak a word about it to you or to anyone else. This time you know, and time you were reunited with your son. Oh my gosh, really? Wow. Police have murdered for this, and Warren all to keep the secret. My queen, gosh. Goosebumps. Guard, seize the captain. Take him from my sight. Wow. As you guys can see, my goosebumps. I never get goosebumps from her. Game. Oh my goodness. I've always done my duty to serve the crown. The crown! For more than 5 generations of my family, I've served this kingdom, upholding the law and cleaning up your messes. This child would have been a scandal. No, how could you say that? It would have ruined your reputation and perceived power among the other nations. Such a thoughtless decision put the entire kingdom at risk, and I was not about to let that happen. How could you make that decision, Gerhard? You put the gun down, Captain. This is over. Nothing is over. Oh, damn. You, Edwin Vayne, are responsible for all of this. I will deal with you the way I did with your partner. Oh, damn! Damn you, Vayne! It was always for the crown. Damn, the captain, he's dead. Remove his body. The people do not need to see this. I can't believe all that just happened. I thank you, officers, for your assistance. Still don't like you, Edwin. But that dirtbag had to go. All of these still don't like him. I'm still spinning. How did you know the Queen had another son and that he was here? It was a number of things, really. We discovered that an apothecary made a delivery of chloroform to the palace during the time of the Queen's strange illness. Is she pregnant? This was probably 7 years ago, correct? About that, yeah. The apothecary had been informed that the drug was to be administered as pesticide for an insect infestation, but there were none present that I recall. This coupled with the fact that chloroform was a common sedative during childbirth, leading to believe the Queen had not been ill at all, but more so pregnant. The illness was an elaborate ruse to keep this a secret from the public, though I needed more to go on than this. That's why we went to the apartment. Precisely, where we expected to find the domicile of the second handmaiden who had worked with the Queen, and found instead a child, approximately 7 years old. Oh, and a woman claiming to be his mother seemed a bit shifty on the details of his background. Now it's making sense to me. It took at the end from him explaining it to everybody else for me to get it. Okay, I'm understanding now. That's all I need to figure out, that he was her son? Seems like a stretch, doesn't it? Indeed. It was not until I looked upon the Queen's portrait in the owl that it dawned on me. Herachromia? Oh, precisely, Nora. You're most certainly your father's daughter. What? Oh, the different colored eyes. So his competition was one of the person's eyes is different color than the other. That one brown eye and one blue or something. It's a rare condition to be sure, but not unheard of. The Queen had also been afflicted with this condition since birth. Oh, the odds of 2 people in the same small city are rare enough. The Queen and her son, both with the same condition, 2 different colored eyes. Rarer still, the other 7-year-old child with this condition living with the handmaiden of our Queen. Couple this with the chloroform and the timeline of the Queen's illness, and have a sound basis for theory. I really need to throw it out there and see what happened. Okay, amazing. So it's finally over then? Father will get some peace? He will at that. So what now? I really need a drink. Bar is always open, but everybody goes inside. No, I think I might possibly have a drinking problem. Already, you need to lighten up. You know how to despise that name. The end. Oh man, cool! I mean, oh, okay, well, that was definitely very interesting. Wow, imagine that. Queen has a child. Guard covers up because he thinks it's negative news for the Queen. He covers it up. She doesn't know she has the son. And this detective comes and pieces it all together in a, I might say, in a very, how shall I say, mannerly way? What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, he is cool, man. Edwin handled it. He was calm, cool, collected, and he just handled it all with class. Very classy guy. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. And thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.